true believers, and welcome to episode 24 of the Mighty Marvel Mayhem Show. I'm your host, Kevyn Knox, and as always, if you like what you see, click on the thumbs up. And if you're new here, click on subscribe. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so we've already looked at the first issue of the Avengers, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Now, today we're going to take a look at issues number 2 and 3 of that series. Now, in the first issue, we saw that Loki got the gang together. They had a great villain, Loki. Well, in issue 2, not such a great villain. We get the Space Phantom. I mean, he's not bad. It's not like he's the Vanisher in issue number 2 of the X-Men. And it's not like he's the Porcupine or Paste Pot Pete. But the Space Phantom is actually an alien who came to Earth, and his ability is he can take over the body of any Earthling. And while he's taking over the body of that Earthling is in some sort of limbo. Well, he decides to take over the body of the Hulk to destroy the Avengers. And then, as a Space Phantom, he has to fight the Avengers. Iron Man, Thor, the newly minted Giant Man, and also the Wasp. Although, Stan and Jack really weren't giving the Wasp much to do back in these days. But the Space Phantom does attack them as the Hulk, but they beat him because he tries to then take over the body of Thor. But Thor's not an Earthling, he's an Asgardian. So it doesn't work, and the Space Phantom is sucked into the limbo himself. The only way he can get out is if he takes over someone else's body on Earth. And guess what? He can't do that while he's in limbo. So he's gone forever. Okay, not forever, he will be back. But anyway. Now at the end of this issue, we get the Hulk leaving. Saying, "I'm out of here, puny Avengers." Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And he goes off, which brings us to issue number 3. Now, the Avengers think, well, we've got to find the Hulk because we can control him. At least they think they can control him. They can't. And they get the aid of Rick Jones and all that stuff because they don't want the Hulk to hurt anyone. They know he's not a bad guy, but he's still very powerful and, kind of a lunkhead, even though Bruce Banner is, a brilliant scientist. So they go searching for him. But before they find him, Namor the Submariner comes across him. And Subby's like, I can use this guy to get my revenge on the surface dwellers. I guess he's tired of the Fantastic Four, so now he's going to use the Hulk to attack the Avengers. And they attack them together. So it's Submariner and the Hulk versus Thor and Iron Man and Giant Man. And yeah, the Wasp, but like I said, they're really not giving poor Janet Van Dyne anything to do back then. Eventually they will, but back then it's still the boys' club. So they fight, but in the middle of the fight, the Hulk's like, I don't want nothing of this, I'm leaving. So he jets. Subby thinking, I'm the Submariner and I'm arrogant as fuck, but I probably can't take these guys, swims off. And, well, the Avengers don't win, but they don't lose either, so that's important, right? But the problem is, they have no more Hulk. It's just Thor and Iron Man and Giant Man and the Wasp. So, they can move on. But the next issue, issue number 4, which we're not going to talk about right now, issue number 4 is going to bring back a classic superhero. One from the golden age of comics, one of the first characters created by Marvel Comics, back when they were still called Timely Comics. Not quite as far back as the Submariner, but there is a connection here. Because what we don't know is, after the Submariner swims off, he goes up to the Arctic Circle. I mean, he's a pretty good swimmer, so he can put some distance between them. And he finds these natives up there worshipping a big solid ice with a man frozen in it. Well, he takes this block of ice with the man and throws it into the ocean. And, well, more coming in the next issue and the next episode, because that's where the Avengers are going to get their replacement for the Hulk. And it's all Submariner's fault. And he's going to learn to regret that, I bet. But anywho, that's issues 2 and 3 of the Avengers. Like I said, the next time we look at the Avengers, we're going to have issue number 4 and the return of, like I said, the biggest, brightest Avenger ever. I'm not going to say his name, but you all know who it is. You can all tell, yes, Stars and Stripes forever, all that stuff. He's going to be here soon. But that's not this episode. That's another episode. We're going to have lots more episodes of the Avengers because there's tons of Avengers. There's like 191 of them, 189 of them, I don't know. everyone's become an Avenger at one point or another. You'd be hard-pressed to find a Marvel superhero, and even sometimes villain, that has not been a member of the Avengers. Yeah, the obvious ones, Iron Man, Thor, Giant Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Captain America, the Black Panther, Falcon, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, Gilgamesh, Conan the Barbarian's been an Avenger. That's right. Man-Thing, been an Avenger. Ghost Rider, an Avenger. There's lots of Avengers out there that we still have to talk about. But we're not going to talk about them today, because that's the end of this episode. And I'd like to thank you for watching this episode. You know the drill. If you like what you see, thumbs up. Also, scroll down to the comments and let me know what you think. And also, if you don't already subscribe to the Mighty Marvel Mayhem Show, and you know you should, click on that subscribe button. Click on it right now. And tell all your friends. The more the merrier. That's it, gang. See you in the funny pages.